Should. Good evening, everybody. It feels weird saying good evening because obviously we are usually on in the afternoon, a nice Friday afternoon. But we are back, we're live. So much to discuss, so a great time to do it, to be honest. Sam, I mean, just a few weeks ago, I was saying to you that the fat lady may have been clearing her throat. But who for now? Who for? The title is in both our hands and City's hands. Yeah, we're going to be touching on the defeat for Arsenal at the Etihad. We're going to be talking about the breaking news, Chelsea or Spurs. I mean, who's worse at the moment? Nobody knows. Liam Rosenior, or apparently me. I don't know. Apparently he looks like me. I don't know where people are getting that from. But we move. And look who's back. Look who's joined us.
Back like I never left, boys.
Back with a bang. Mr. Lee, Kingman Kingham. Lee, how are we doing, mate?
Yeah, mate. Good to be back. Just when it all comes crashing down, after I've had it all season.
I think we've been quite good. We had to be fair, mate.
It's been.
We've laid off you a little bit, but we'll see. We're going to get into it.
Yeah, good to be back talking some football, lads.
Good boy, Mildog. How was things?
Yeah, it could be better. Let's be honest. Getting severely punished for my comments last time, I suppose.
Yeah, bloody hell. I think last time we was on here, you were talking about quadruple, weren't you?
Yeah, but it was all said in jest, you know. I was just having a laugh with everyone. Obviously.
Can't make comments like that and live them down, mate. Once it's out there.
How have we gone from that? How have we gone about talking about quadruple to now City are on the cards for a treble? I mean, I don't know how football has flown that quick, but yeah, we move. Smash the like button and hit the subscribe if you are new to the channel. I believe we're live on TikTok as well. It is a first for that. So anyone that's tuning in, make sure you keep following us. We're going to be bringing in some content. We're going to be discussing all the last weekend fixtures. Obviously, the fixture tonight for Man City. Can Scott Parker do Arsenal a job? Probably absolutely not. But let's start first with last weekend. And funny enough, obviously I watched Super Sunday with you, Lee. So we're going to discuss that. Yeah. But we have got to talk about Chelsea, Man United. So the defeat from Chelsea at Stamford Bridge as well. And then last night, a defeat at Brighton. I mean, I'm lost for words, really. Thought a new manager was going to turn it all around for them. But we are going to start with you, Lee. Since you're back on the pod, want to get your thoughts on Chelsea. How has it come to this? I'm just going to put it plain and simple to you.
It's quite simple. Since Rosenior went in, really, the fans didn't want him there, did they? Right from the off, so it felt like it was inevitable that it was always going to happen eventually, because they felt like he sort of come in without sounding like that Andy Tate geezer from back in the day. He's got a job on a technicality. He's pretty much got a job.
Andy Tate, 3 minutes in.
he's got a job because of their connection with the other clubs at the own zone, and he's not really earned his stripes to get it. And yeah, the fans. He's come in and he's like, LinkedIn Liam speaking like David Brent and. The results ain't gone his way. As simple as that. They got pumped by PSG in the Champions League. Last night they looked absolutely woeful. They can't buy a goal. No goals in 5 games. Was it their worst run in 114 years?
Yeah. Since Titanic
was still alive before Titanic was still on water when they had a run as bad as that. So it's just the football speaks for itself, really. Players aren't playing for him.
Yeah,
they've got a team full of young players. Which is they don't really have any experience in there. No sort of players to pull them through tough games today. They've just signed young players on long contracts, got an inexperienced manager who's not really qualified for a big club like Chelsea. And their fans are so used to instant success with the Roman Abramovich era, where if the manager didn't cut his weight, they were gone straight away. The whole change of strategy from buying ready-made superstars to investing in young players has just not worked out for them. So
Yeah, very good point on
don't get the results, then you're off, ain't you?
It's a good point on them being used to success. You know, there's no Drogba's or Lampards in there anymore, is there? Like, obviously, the elephant in the room for Chelsea is probably the Garnachos, the Pedro Netos. Like, you look at them, they're not superstars. They're not going to win you medals. From my opinion, anyway, I think a lot of money was invested in so many wrong ways. Jamie Gittins, I don't know what on earth's happened to him. It's just
Liam Delap hasn't worked out.
Yeah, like, I mean, that's got to be the worst signing of the season, and just pointless. Why do you need a Hal Pedro and a Liam Delap? And then you've got so many wingers. I feel like they've, since the Midrick era, and obviously what went on with him, I don't want to get into politics and stuff like that, but they've just spent so much money, thrown money at it, and they've been a prime example. And I think I've probably said this before on the channel, and the same goes to United in a way sometimes. That you can't just throw money at it and it will become a success. Things take time, and all they've done is just spend money on these, not even names, these big gambles, I would say, and none of them have paid off, not one. I think Hal Pedro is probably the only signing I'd actually give him good benefit from. It's just not worked out, but I don't know who's
going to
next.
interrupt you quickly though, just because obviously we're using the other platforms and stuff.
Yeah, you're gone, mate.
The gifts, we're actually getting sent gifts for once on TikTok. So so thank you everyone for all doing that.
For those of you that I didn't even know that was a thing. Shows how new I am to the TikTok platform. But yeah, thank you for sending the gifts in. And yeah, do appreciate on all platforms all of the support. But yeah, for Chelsea, I generally don't know who could come in for them. I would not wish this job on anyone. I'm not just saying that as an Arsenal fan. Like,
I would imagine it would be like a caretaker job on it until sort of the World Cup's over and they'll try and poach someone from the World Cup.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what comes in, because like I think me and you touched on it off airly that after the World Cup there's going to be a serious amount of contenders to jump in.
Yeah, a lot of movement in the summer.
But yeah, we'll see. I mean, Sam, we'll go to you quickly because I know we're going to touch on stuff. Do you think, obviously, as well with the ban, we haven't even touched on the ban. They've got a ban for 2 years now of buying players. Where do you go from there? Like, how do you turn this around?
I must admit, I completely forgot. I think in the circus act that's going on there, you don't even realise the shit show that they're in, the predicament. I mean, they were probably going to have an exodus anyway, because a lot of them seem like they don't want to be there, especially
Enzo.
You can just see it in their behaviour and the way there. Did you see him yesterday as well? He did a weird stare down with the fans or something. Like, it was just full time. He was just standing there staring at them, either waiting for a bite or I don't know what it was all about.
He's been watching Harry Winks, hasn't he?
Yeah, I know, but we'll see.
Yeah,
but, I don't know. They're saying also, this is all new to us, so we're trying different things, aren't we, and stuff. But they're saying that no one can actually hear me. It might be because I'm doing the sharing on the old screen thing. So we shall see. But if you can't, go on the YouTube. It's probably easier, people.
Yeah, I was going to say I can hear you. Lee can hear you, I'm guessing.
Yeah. They're saying on the TikTok live they can't.
It might be. Yeah, it might be because it's coming through to you.
Can you, Lee, when you're listening?
No.
Can you hear me, Lee?
Yeah. Our voice is coming through. It's just Sam's.
Ooh. Hold on, I might have might be.
But anyway, let's move on.
What about now? Try now. Is that better?
I don't know. Talk again.
Testing.
Yeah, that's better, mate. Yeah.
There we go.
There you go. He's got it.
Sorry, I can't fucking multitask, people. Do you know what I mean? Here we go. Crack on anyway. Sorry.
Right, anyway. Yeah, next topic. Next slide, please.
I'm trying to get rid of the headers, but I think because I didn't start this up, usually I would start this up, but I was late to the gang, and we're seriously going to go next on that. Sam, I mean, this is why I keep control of the buttons, because it goes to stuff like this. You know what, Sam? You open Pandora's box, you can jump in it. I'm starting with you on this.
Oh, mate, I don't know where to start.
Talk to me about the game.
Let's address it first hand. Yeah. If we look at it how on paper, it was a much better performance. It looked like he let the shackles off. We were. Well, he did. Let's be honest. That, you know.
Can I just make one thing clear before you continue?
Go on.
I remember for years we did this, right, and I was told, "Oh, Den, you're the metaphor man. You're always coming with metaphors." I've heard David Brent, Andy Tate, and let the shackles off in the space of 9 minutes.
Well, you know, I mean. Yeah. Anyway, let's carry on. Mate, again, I think genuinely, like I said, we were looking good. I mean, again, that was I felt that game could have gone either way. Were we lucky in certain scenarios of the game? Yes, Gabriel should have been sent off. Let's be honest, he shouldn't have stayed on the pitch. Was
I think
it
you're being
back and
well
forth?
harsh.
No, mate, you can't. I'm being
So
realistic.
we think the majority of the football world would agree that he should have got sent off there.
If that was the other way around, we're screaming.
Imagine
Oh, for the headbutt. Sorry. Yeah. Because I know you put some stuff out on TikTok regarding the pull.
Shirt pull.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about the headbutt. Yeah, I'm in total agreement with you. Sorry. Apologies.
But the game could have gone either way. I mean,
almost. Do you feel like it's a little bit like bit of a problem of like the previous couple of seasons where sometimes your players get a little bit too emotional?
Yeah.
When it comes to
see,
like,
I think that's down to him, as in Arteta, because he's an emotional man on the sideline and stuff. Can you imagine you're playing the most important game of your season? You see all this on the fucking touchline, like, do you know what I mean? I think he just needs to. He rides on that emotion, and obviously that's what he's good at, and if that's how he gets himself up for it. But again, some players don't respond to shit like that. I just don't think that the pressure it's clearly mounting. We can't seem to handle the pressure of the situation. And it's not all doom and gloom, it's a straight shootout now, us and them. Dale's put in the comments about Eze. I think Eze was shining light. It was nice to see him and Odegaard on the pitch at the same time. We haven't had that enough this season.
It was very questionable to take Eze off, wasn't it? Because he looked like he was.
I've got
causing some problems, and then you've took him off the pitch when he's actually like creating chances.
Only player that had any creative effect, and he was one of the first off. It was just I think it wasn't. It was a bit annoying because we were playing good football, we were playing well. So Arteta kind of had a bit of like the fans back on his side, and then he goes and does that. I mean, I don't know how much more you want to say on it, Sam, but I'm getting a bit of a sour taste in my mouth on every season. We just come this close and we don't get to the end of the line.
Are you in the camp though of come into the season, or is that one for another day?
Look, I don't want to sit here and rat on about how it's still, I'm not going to do a Declan Rice and say it's not done. I'm actually getting a bit tired.
The cameras, mate. Come
on. He's done a few of them, isn't he?
A bit tired of seeing. I see more fight off the field than what I do on it. Like, what was it Arteta was saying the other week? I'm on fire. It's like, but we don't see any fire from you on the field, not from what I've seen anyway. And
yeah, he sort of said that, and then was that before the Bournemouth game as well?
Yeah, and then we went and lost. And
it's like the performance you put out against City is the sort of performances you should have been putting out against like Bournemouth.
Yeah.
You throw
again, yeah, you're right. Sorry to jump in, but if we do play that way for the next 5 games, we win them all.
Someone said, and I agree. I think if we perform the way we did against City, we're home and dry by now. Wouldn't even be a title race still going on because we've dropped points against Bournemouth, Wolves. I could go on. I mean, there's been so many games. Even the loss to Man United. Had we performed like that, we're not losing that game whatsoever. It's just annoying that it's not too little too late because, like I say, if we win all 5 games for the rest of the season, I think City will drop points. So I think we potentially could still do it. I don't see City winning all of Bournemouth away, Everton away. Villa away would be tough, but I know that they've got Europa League to think about, so I don't know how tough that's going to be. I can't see them getting 9 points from that. So we've just got to do our job, is my opinion. Do I think?
But in your current results you got is, do you back yourselves to win all games?
Well, this is the question. Like, if you look at them, we've got Newcastle at home, we've got Fulham at home. I think not Burnley.
You got a big
Burnley at home's our last home game.
Semi-final yourself.
And then we've got away games. We've got West Ham and Palace. We should be winning them. Realistically,
Palace is the last game of the season, isn't it?
Yeah. So if you look at the next 3 games, right?
Palace are a very hard team to beat.
I agree.
I know all too well.
but with the depth we've got now, we've supposedly got the squad, right? We've supposedly got a squad that's Premier League worthy, like title champion squad. That is what we've got right now. So we shouldn't be in a position where we're saying, and we've been tie for tie with City all season. We've been top of the league, majority of the season? I can't think of a time we've not been. If we're going to have that front, we've got to play like it. And we've just shown against Man City we can do that. I don't know what goes on in the training room. Like, what goes on in the dressing room, on the training pitch. I don't know what goes on, but something clearly got the players to play like that on Sunday. Keep doing that. We win the next 5 games and we lift the trophy at the end of the season. My worry and concern is Arteta at the moment, and I'm not going to sit here and say I'm Arteta out, but he's had the train set for many years now, getting us in the right direction, but we're not seeing it home. We're not getting at the end. We're just throwing ourselves off the tracks basically right at the end of, and it's becoming to a point where we're creating problems for ourselves. And the one thing I'll say Sunday as well, why on earth did he drop Gyökeres? I have never seen such a baffling. I mean, I was in the pub with you, Lou, and I sort of didn't want to say too much because he was around a lot of rival fans, but it was a bizarre time to drop a player that's, let's be honest, as much as people, say, oh, he's not worth the money, he's banging on 20 goals this season, and you're dropping him, putting Havertz out of position, who's played in a 10.
He might have had a fault. All I can think of is he might have had a fault of like where you've been used to in previous seasons of having Havertz up top for the big games, and Havertz has got big game experience. I mean, he scored a winning goal in a Champions League final, didn't he, for Chelsea?
Yeah.
Plus, obviously you had the defeat to Bournemouth a week before, so he might have had to change the team. He must have been thinking, "Oh, I'll change the team up a bit because it didn't work the week before."
Yeah, it was just a gamble.
There might have been a case of that.
Too many changes as well. Like you think that was basically an entirely different attack to what we played against Bournemouth.
I'd say you've got sort of 2 little problems at the minute. It's in both defence and attacks. Like your defence are suddenly starting to concede goals.
It's the nerves, isn't it?
Which at the start of the season that wasn't happening. And all season long, your main issue has been hitting the back of the net. Really.
But you can't have this many players hit this run of form going into the end of it.
Exactly.
That's all at the same time.
And one thing I'll say as well, like I know they were talking afterwards about the difference between Rodri and Bernardo Silva, Rice and Zubimendi. Some are experienced, some are not, and stuff like that. It's not just in those areas. If you look at the defence and even their attack especially, you look at Cherki, how good that goal was. You look at Doku, he basically made an absolute embarrassment of Mosquera on Sunday, running rings around him all 90 minutes. And you look at the 2 defenders, Guay being a brilliant signing for them. You look all around the pitch, every single one of those players, okay, in a combined 11 or whatever you want to do, we might have a few players in, but in terms of experience and getting the job done, you're picking City all day long. Semenyo, absolutely thriving for them, and he barely had anything to do. Haaland didn't even need to do anything on Sunday. He scored the goal, but other than that, was he a part of the game?
Absolutely he had quite a few chances, to be fair.
He had a few, but again, ultimately, he rattled Gabriel into the mistake to score the goal. Let's be real.
He was. I would say Haaland was at his unplayable best, pretty much.
Yeah, he's just strong, isn't he? But that's the thing. It's the whole team combined. They've got experience all over. Couldn't name you a team like a player. Even
obviously, they've got the experience of a trophy-winning manager as well.
And you've got Guardiola just to top it off. I don't know.
That's like you're right.
It's just who's going to score the most goals, and that's what
they've got. Haaland, we've got Havertz.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus.
The advantage you've got is you've got easier fixtures.
Yeah, I don't want
anything anymore. Though,
this might be an odd take, and this might be one of those takes that people look at me and think, "What are you playing at?" I don't want to lose in goal difference. I think that will really freaking hurt because I'm looking back at the games now, and at least I can see where we'd potentially lose on points from. If we lost on like 2 goals, I just couldn't do it. I think it's a heartbreaking way to go out. And I know we've done it before, like it's happened before, where I think on the day where City needed to win and that was it.
Last game of the season, wasn't it? A while ago.
Yeah. Like it was the season before last, wasn't it? Because Liverpool won last season, and then I think it was the season before that. I was away somewhere. I might have been in Marbella, and I think Arsenal were playing, Man City were playing, and all City needed to do was 3 points. I think they scored in like the first 10 minutes, and it was like game over, job done. I think I'd rather go out like that than to go out to a goal or 2 goals. And if it's down to goal difference, can I see us scoring 2 or 3 or 4 every game? Probably not. Can I see City doing that? I mean, they're about to kick off against Burnley. God knows how many they'll put past Scott Parker and Carl Walker tonight. They're not exactly the first people you look at and think, oh yeah, I've got some enthusiasm about you. Scott Parker, I mean, no. And Carl Walker, he'll probably score an own goal. I don't know. I couldn't tell you where it doesn't like I think City, yeah, they'll drop points, but I couldn't really be confident in us putting out performances like we did against City ever, like consistently. And I think that's what we need. Yeah, we're playing a lot of the bottom 12, but majority of them are playing for something. And Newcastle on Saturday, probably being the worst Newcastle we've seen in a very long time. Wouldn't surprise me if they go and give us a difficult game, even though they've got absolutely nothing to play for. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, you've got history with Newcastle, so
yeah,
they will take great pleasure in getting any kind of result there if they can.
Yeah.
But yeah, on this subject, while we're still on it, as it is the tagline, how are you two both dealing with the whole bottling it tag, and the abuse you've probably been getting for the last sort of 2 weeks?
Yeah, I mean, Monday was terrible. Do you
share that it is bottling it, or do you have like a different take?
I don't think how you could say it's not. Sorry, Sam, for jumping in, but I don't think how you could say it's not bottling it. And I backed that for probably how many chances have we had it now? Is this our fourth throw of the dice, Miller? You remind me.
Yeah, 4.
Yeah, so it's pretty much if you don't win it, you just got to be like, yeah, we have.
Yeah, so I'd say 3 of the 4 times this has happened, only once I wouldn't consider as bottling, because we actually had the tough fixtures against us late on. I think this time round we've had easier fixtures, and we've just not got home and dry.
And the lead was big, wasn't it?
Yeah, and the lead was. We had a chance.
It could have been.
We had a chance to go 12 points clear, and then you look beyond that. Let's look back at January. I remember in January I was sitting with my father-in-law and I watched the Forest draw, and it all started from that point. And I think
the Sunderland game as well.
Yeah, it was the Forest draw, the Sunderland game, the Man United defeat. Who was it? Who else? It wasn't Chelsea. We beat Chelsea, didn't we? In the end, we drew to them earlier in the season, though. But there's been so many moments which we should have just won, and we didn't. And I mean, I don't really want to bring up Wolves again, but that Wolves bloody draw.
That must have been a very, very sore one for you boys.
Yeah, that was I think that was the most I've had. You were touching on like abuse and stuff, and people saying things. I think the Wolves draw was the one where there was a lot of noise.
I'm sure if the shoe was on the other foot, you would be giving it to
yeah, like 100%.
It was like Liverpool bottling it.
Yeah, like we were in the pub on Sunday, and I mean, I saw a Spurs fan coming home from work actually, and I said to him, I'm surprised you're not off to Burnley. He said, why is that? I said, because you all had a blue shirt on Sunday, and he was.
It's only because they're so bad. They need someone to like be with them in miserable town. Do you know what I mean?
They can't talk to us right now, though. I'm sorry. Like there's just. Yeah,
I think they know it as well. They know it.
London is red and will always be red. But what will be a sore blow and sore wound is if Spurs go down, but the talking point of the season will be Arsenal bottling the league. And I can guarantee you now, if this is what happens, we will be spoke about more than Tottenham being relegated.
Yeah, that's because when you talk about a league, you talk about the thing that grabs the headlines are the teams at the top. So that is why.
And like Sam said, I feel like this is more. I feel like Spurs going down due to their position in the league last year. Although some people think it's a surprise.
Yeah, it's not really.
It's not really. Whereas Arsenal not winning
wrong.
the
with
league
their squad, they probably. I still don't think they should go down. But
yeah, but it was a Super Sunday. Other than that, obviously not good for us Arsenal fans. It was a Super Sunday, and I heard someone next to us, Lee, actually. Someone said, Super Sundays are back. And I was thinking, it was probably the most exciting Sunday of football the Premier League has produced for a very long time. Villa, Sunderland, what a game that was.
Big Verge.
Big Verge, yeah. Let's hear about it, Lee. Talk to us about Liverpool. I mean, we've not had you on this season yet. You've missed the lows. You've just come off a high. And shock horror, we're getting you back on the pod. But yeah, I know I was sat next to you, so I don't need. Tell the viewers what your thoughts were on the game
on Sunday. It wasn't even that good, to be honest with you. The only difference was some of the players worked a little bit harder, and thankfully, was it Beto got injured because he was running our defence ragged while he was on the pitch. He just couldn't finish. 1 minute he was playing like prime Drogba until he got in front of goal and he couldn't hit a barn door, which was. I'm sure Van Dijk and Konate would have been very grateful for that. And as soon as he come off the pitch and that Barry came on, he was terrible. So it allowed us to
half the size of him.
It allowed us to push on and get the winner, really. But yeah, still wasn't that great. It's just the whole system and watching us play has been horrible all season. It's just not entertaining at all. But it's Everton. We pretty much always conquer them. So new stadium, same old story there.
Yeah, it's been a hard stadium to go to this season. Hopefully for Man City it will be. But yeah, I agree. I think first 20, 25 minutes was good from Everton. Put you under pressure. They got an offside goal. Feel like it woke you up.
Yeah, we literally scored.
Scored like 2 minutes later, didn't you?
Gakpo discovered what a pass was. Christ.
Your hate for that guy is brilliant. Sam, I was sat next to him in the pub on Sunday, right? And every time he got the ball, I just looked at Lee, and it was just brilliant.
You know what he's going to do every time he gets it. He just cuts inside. He either has a shot or gives it away.
Yeah,
that guy.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Like he's had a hell of a bad season, and it hasn't helped that the guy opposite, Mo Salah. I mean, he scored on this day, obviously, the little dancer. But yeah, I feel like the offside goal flicked the switch on for you. Reacted brilliantly, and then second half could have been anyone's game. And I'll give Liverpool some fair credit. You have had some late dramatic goals scored against you, so you probably deserve one.
We had loads of winners at the start of the season, then the rest of the season's been loads against us, and then suddenly we've just rediscovered the old.
And we were obviously touching on Chelsea and how they lost to Man United.
It kind of assures the Champions League places almost. We've got some really, really hard fixtures to end the season in, so we could be in trouble with Brighton closing in now.
Yeah.
You never know. But yeah, we've got some massive games coming up to secure top 5, which has got to be done. It looks like Arne Slot's going to stay next year.
They've been quite consistent in that, haven't they? That's one thing I've noticed. There's been no what you get with Chelsea and Tottenham, the manager's gone and stuff like that. I feel like Liverpool have been quite good communication about. They've had consistent communication. He's staying. I don't feel like I've heard any noise that he's going, which...
Yeah, I don't think the fans are too happy, to be honest, because it feels like it might be a case of, it's just going to be the same old story next season until we get to November, December, and it'd be like, right, he needs to go.
Yeah, it's all about that. I said this to you. It's all about that Salah replacement.
It's a massive summer, and obviously you've got Robertson and Salah, 2 big leaders in the dressing room, leaving.
Yeah,
and the players who are currently in the squad need to step up, which they haven't done this season. Obviously, the lads leaving, as well as Virgil and Alisson, are a lot older now, nowhere near as good as they were, and the other players in the squad need to step up, and they haven't been doing it.
Yeah, it's a good job you touched on that. I couldn't really name you, other than Van Dijk. I couldn't really name your leader in that team anymore. I mean, Robertson.
He's been the only player who's turned
up. He's the only one that's consistently turned up.
I think Robertson goes so under the radar, and I don't know why, because there hasn't been that many good left backs in the Premier League. Let's be honest. If you look at all-time,
unglamorous position, isn't it?
If you look at everyone's all-time Premier League 11, you're going to see Ashley Cole bang there each time.
He's in the top 5. I think he's in everyone. Most people's list for the top 5 anyway.
Yeah,
but yeah, we'll see with Liverpool. I mean, Villa got a late winner, didn't they? So
apparently he's actually gonna be off to Spurs if they stay in the Prem. Apparently, so that'd be interesting.
I don't like the idea.
Why do it to yourself?
I actually like him as a player. I'd hate to dislike him.
Yeah. Fuck what you've done.
Yeah, might not have to think about it. Speaking of Spurs, anyway, let's jump onto them, because we cannot not talk about them. They're almost there, almost got the win. Looked like they were going to seal the first 3 points of 2026. Can you believe that? By the way, they're still without a win this year, and we are almost in May. But Brighton doing a really good job for us Arsenal fans this week. Hammered Chelsea last week and put a dent in the coffin, shall we say? Not a nail in the coffin, a dent in the coffin of Spurs' relegation hopes. Samuel, let's go to you, mate.
Mate, mad, genuinely. The whole, I know I'm all for players living in the moment, especially, 15 minutes ago, he thinks he scored the winner. That Xavi Simons done fuck all season.
Don't take your top off that early.
Yeah, it's not even that. He goes into the old crowd, he stands on the old thing, gets a little profile picture, and it's just, they just collapsed, again. I don't know where to. I can't stop smiling. I can't, no matter how much pain that we are all going through at the moment.
The happiest he'll be on the pod, by the way.
Genuinely. I categorically just come out and say that. The fact is that they are, no matter where we're at, and if we do bottle it or if we don't bottle it, if they were to go down, it would just absolutely put the icing on the cake. Imagine if we get somehow by a sheer miracle we lift this Premier League trophy, they go down. I'll be in the streets. I'll be in the streets with
I think
everybody.
they will.
I don't know. I just think they've got just enough. Maybe they have got some quality there. If them
Wolves
defenders
next,
start
isn't
showing
it?
up a little bit, that Van
Yeah,
de Ven is awful.
there's a massive game for them at the weekend, the Wolves game. If they do not win that, they're down.
Yeah.
I mean, Forest have got the hardest run in by a mile. Their fixtures are a joke, like really, really difficult. But
they're still in Europe, aren't they?
Yeah, and they're still in Europe, but they've got some points on the board. So
imagine that getting to a European final.
West Ham are looking all right at the minute. They're doing quite well. They just need to turn some draws into wins.
Do you think with Leeds though, obviously with their eye on the final or the semi at the weekend, or might
Leeds are already confirmed?
Yeah,
they're on 39
I think
points
that win at Old Trafford saw it home and dry. I was a bit annoyed as well because I looked at the odds of them and I thought, I fancy Leeds to go down actually, and they just out of nowhere got a 2-0 win at Old Trafford. Unbelievable.
But Leeds were all right. Leeds started the season terribly. Like they were losing every game. They wanted their gaffer out, and then suddenly they just turned it around and started playing football.
Yeah, I hope Forest don't go down. I think the only good to come out of it, and I think we said this on Sunday, Lee, would be the players in that team that could potentially have big moves to clubs. Obviously, Elliot Anderson, I think, Lee, you said as well, he'll be gone regardless. Yeah. But there's some players there that you look at and you think they're not going to the Championship. Whereas you look at West Ham, and look, I'll say this with an Arsenal hat on or off, even Tottenham wouldn't take a player out of them right now. Like, you wouldn't realistically, would you?
West Ham got that mid Fernandez. Fernandez is a decent player.
So Kuda's from Tottenham, maybe. But I don't know how.
About Kulusevski as well on his day when he's
been injured for a year though.
Yeah, he's gone way off it. He's had the Tottenham effect. He's got injured and just not come back.
Someone's just shouted in the comments 1-0 City already.
City top of the league.
On that note, boys. But yeah, I don't know with Tottenham. I feel like I'm a bit going with Sam about they've still got something left in them. Hopefully not on the final day. On the final day, if everyone's thinking that Tottenham will go down and then all of a sudden they score or win the last game and they're up, be raging. What's that say? Looking at next season, YouTube. Any big 6 teams has a good window and starts off the season can have a good lead by January. All these teams have big differences apart from maybe City. Yeah, do I agree? I feel like it'll be similar to this season.
I don't feel like until transfers kick in the summer, you can't really make much.
Yeah, I feel like Liverpool, the only team I'd potentially see being back up there, to be honest. And I'll be honest, these days, shout out to whoever that is, by the way, and thank you for tuning in. These days, I don't know who the big 6 are. Could you tell me who would you put as the top 6 or big 6?
Top 6. So you obviously got Liverpool, Arsenal, City, United, Chelsea.
See that hesitance there, though.
Chelsea. I'd still count Chelsea, to be honest. And
but you're only counting on historically and legacy, aren't you? Let's be real.
I won a trophy last season.
Okay.
Was in the Champions League as well. I feel like if you're in the Champions League,
and I feel like maybe Villa have replaced Tottenham at the moment.
Interesting. I'd probably agree with that, to be honest.
Maybe be my take, because Villa are doing well, but
they always bottle it again. Like me and you, Dan, were literally saying this a couple of weeks ago about their running and can they sustain it and stuff. I just don't know. If they can get over the line, you know.
Yeah, that's what's a big thing, because I'm not even sure. Yeah, very true.
Let us know yours. Put yours down. Let us know yours.
Yeah, I'd say Lee was spot on. The only one I'd potentially debate with is Villa. But then if someone said I don't agree with that, I don't know who you'd put in. I wouldn't put Newcastle because they've fallen off completely. I probably would have at the beginning of the season.
No, it's Tottenham, isn't it? The original Big 6.
Yeah, but what I mean is if we're not putting in Tottenham, I can't imagine anyone's going to put in Tottenham now. Not while they're
it's 2 years
literally on a relegation point. It's got to be either Villa or Newcastle. Newcastle are pretty much down there as well. They're not far off. So I would I'd have to go Villa. Newcastle at the beginning of the season, but they kind of let that go now. But yeah, it's been an interesting week all over the table. It's going absolutely off. But we've got to talk about EFL as well. There's been massive, massive things going on. Coventry, Frank Lampard is back managing in the Premier League. I don't know what's going to happen next season. I don't know how much sort of money they're going to get to play with. I've kept an eye on it, but I've got to be honest, I don't know what players they have there. It'll be interesting to try and get someone on the pod, actually. I'm going to keep an eye out and see if I can find a good Coventry fan.
They've got that ex-Everton striker in there, Ellis Sims, up top.
Oh, yeah. He's
a decent player.
They're going to need to try and make money somewhere, aren't they? Because you can't.
I'm just looking forward to seeing Frank Lampard's interviews again. You know, where where he's like all joking and goes serious again. He done a classic one this week, didn't he? And he's like, "Oh, my wife's my best friend now, but no, serious."
Class. But yeah, I think they're just going to need to try and make monies where they can, I guess, because you can't just come into this league with the same team. It will not work.
Hopefully, Millwall will come up with them as well. I want to see Millwall in the Prem for the first season, for the first time ever.
Yeah, he's gone spot on the same as you, Lee. To be fair, absolutely spot on. I don't know about how I feel about Millwall.
I want to see it for the rivalries. They've obviously, it's good to have teams that haven't been up before.
Agreed, but do I want to see another
Millwall West Ham? Be great.
Yeah, can you imagine?
Do I want to? It'll be great, but for that one game or two games when they play Palace as well, or 4 games, should we say?
Chelsea, yeah.
They play. Okay, so you're looking at 6 games, but for the other 32 games, are they going to be relevant or good to watch? And I don't.
Teams won't want to go there. They could cause some upsets.
Yeah, it'd be a horrible place to go to. I just don't want to.
Yeah, only for the fans base. The football shit, boys.
Yeah, for the league perspective, I don't want to see another Burnley. I don't want to see another team come in and just go straight back down again.
Unfortunately, that's the difference between the Premier League and teams coming up from the Championship. Though,
you say that. Look at Sunderland. Can a team come? And do Sunderland?
Sunderland splashed a shitload of cash. They pretty much bought a whole new team.
Yeah.
There's usually such a big gap between the money in the Prem compared to teams that have been in a Championship for a long time.
Yeah.
It's hard for them to bridge that gap over one summer.
I feel like Coventry and Millwall were not the 2 teams.
But then, like you said, Sunderland and Leeds have broken that this year. So,
yeah, shown it's possible. And look at Fulham. Look at where they started. They've been in the league for God knows how many years now since coming up.
And shout out to Stevenage for near enough confirming League One playoffs up the hometown.
Up the fucking Borough. We do swear on this. Up the fucking Borough. We do swear on this, sorry. Yeah, I've been keeping an eye on it. I've not been able to go as much as I'd like to this season. I think I've been 4 or 5 times. But I keep an eye, and I've seen some stuff on Twitter, and I'm like, we're not there yet. We're not home. You know, there's still a lot of games. And now we are literally points away, not even games away, just points away from making League One playoffs. And then it gets tough because the opponents in those playoffs, it's going to be a force to be reckoned with. But, you know, it's 2 games. Anything can happen. Semis, but let's get there. Doncaster at the weekend. Hopefully,
don't jinx it for yourself. Yeah,
do us a favour. It'll be huge. It'll just be huge for the town. I think. I think when we got promoted to League One, that was big enough. Whole town went mental. I think Rump and Wade saw pretty much the whole of Stevenage in its back door because everyone was celebrating. But hopefully it gets through. I'm just going to keep saying hopefully. I feel like we will, but we'll see.
Yeah, 4 points to guarantee it from the last 2 games. So, and they're very favourable fixtures. So it should happen, and then it's the semi-finals.
The best thing is, we'll be taking a spot off Luton as well, which feels even nicer. A little
bit sweeter, yeah.
Jack of Wiltshire. Oh yeah, Sam. How was, just off record? How was that Sunday anyway?
It was good. It was good. I mean, you know, yeah, it was nice. Jack seems to do this every year. You know, at Topfield, he gets a little kind of like Arsenal. I don't know if they're old ex-Arsenal staff or something. I mean, I didn't recognise them as old players or anything like that. But yeah, no, it was nice. And fair play to him. You know, he invites everybody on. He must have signed like 2,000-3,000 shirts or something like that. But
I mean, he's got a trophy in his pocket this season as well. We'll give a shout out to Lincoln as well. Actually, talking on Borough just then, Lincoln absolutely unbelievable. I can't believe they're in the Championship. I remember just a few seasons ago they were like nowhere you know, you just wouldn't think of them. Now they're going to be in the Championship next season.
Yeah, so similar story to Coventry, really, just at a lesser level.
Yeah.
You know, I've come from obscurity. Is that the right word? Just to completely changing their culture and the way the football club's run and getting success out of it. So fair play.
And we've been talking about clubs that come up then go back down. Leicester City.
Fuck me.
Yeah. They need Jamie Vardy back. That's what it is.
The Vardy effect. How have they gone from Jamie Vardy's having a party? What was it? 11, it's heaven. Oh, I remember them days. I was actually in Skegness. I was at a big reunion with, who was I with? I think I was with Scotty Norman, actually, Danny and Stephen, and that went off. And I was like, and they won the league. I was like, oh my God. And now they're in a league that none of us will probably watch next year, especially if Stevenage go up. But yeah, worst ideas for Leicester City. I don't know how they get. I feel like when you get that low from being so high, I don't know how you get back up. It's a bit like a Sunderland scenario because they did the exact same thing. Well, they didn't win the Premier League at 5,000 to 1 odds, but they did go down and then down again, and it took them a long time to get back to the Premier League. Leicester, realistically, they're not going to do that. Not when you've got people like Harry Winks mouthing off to the fans anyway. 90k a week. But I think we just touched on everything, boys. I believe. Have we missed anything? Lee will know.
A couple of things in the comments if you look at the thing on the side.
I can't see any comments.
I'll be on TikTok, mate.
No, do you not get anything on the...
Do not diss Millwall. Come on, Millwall. Millwall better than Arsenal.
Who has said that? Brilliant. To be fair, I
don't
actually
think Liverpool make it this season. Don't think Liverpool make Champions League.
Unbelievable.
No,
they definitely.
You never know. There's still time. But
I agree.
I think Millwall will be good for the. I just think they need investment.
We've got the points advantage at the minute, but that could easily change with a couple of games.
Yeah, my only thing would be with Millwall, they just need investment. Happy for them to come up. Hope they do. Like you say, everyone loves a wild card and an underdog, but they'll need the investment to stay up. You know, there's no point coming all this way and just going straight back down.
United are the best team in the world.
Oh my God, definitely.
To be fair to him, Carrick's done very well. Lost one game.
Yeah. Does he keep his job? That's a good one, actually. Do you think Carrick keeps his job now?
It depends how the season ends, I suppose.
Yeah.
You know, if they keep third,
they've learned from that,
very difficult not to give it to him. Really,
I'll tell you one thing.
But then it does feel like it could be Solskjaer all over again.
It's a good job that Liverpool aren't getting rid of Slot because you could have had Chelsea, Liverpool, who else is there? United, Bournemouth. I mean, they've just appointed one actually, haven't they?
Yeah.
But you could have almost had like 6 jobs available in the Premier League. I mean, when has that ever happened? It's a mad one.
Maybe also Newcastle might be getting rid of Eddie Howe from what I hear as well.
Yeah, that's got to happen. Saudis. I thought Saudis meant to have the big balls. Surely they're the ones that are going to get rid and say, look, you haven't done anywhere near enough. And it's not like they haven't invested. I mean, they spent
rumors of Mourinho in.
Oh my God.
I would love to see that, to be fair. Well, I mean, I think it might make him good.
You know what you said about the interview?
He's box office for the league, isn't he?
I would want him for the interview effect, and that's it. And like 100%. the pitch enthusiasm he has.
Yeah.
Red cards pending, but yeah, I think we'll wrap it there. Thanks to everyone that's tuned in. I know a lot of you have been on TikTok, YouTube. I'm not even sure we've got down to Twitter, to be honest. But for everyone that's watched, make sure you follow our YouTube. That's the best place to come and have a little chat with us, and TikTok. Get the comments and get involved. We're going to be back next week. Lee, it's been absolutely brilliant to have you back, mate.
Cheers, boys.
It's like the old days, like COVID.
Yeah,
I'm sat here drinking a beer, chatting football with you three. I feel like the COVID mask's going to come out in a minute, but yeah. Hope everyone has a good rest of the week. Hopefully, I'm so nervous for Saturday. I can't believe I'm nervous for an Arsenal game, but it's going to be a nice sunny day, so we'll enjoy it. But yeah, smash the like button. Have a good week. Take care, and we'll see you guys soon. I've just been sent a picture, and
Still